How many discounts does USAA Auto Insurance offer? Too many to say here. Multi-vehicle discount, safe driver discount, new vehicle discount, storage discount, legacy.
How many discounts will you stack up? Visit USAA.com/auto discounts. Restrictions apply.
The Abercrombie Kids Summer Sale is in full swing, with up to 50% off select styles for the season. Summer plans, vacation, and camp days are all covered, with new dresses, shorts, tees, and swim. Abercrombie Kids has the summer staples they need and the looks that they want to wear. Shop in-store, online, or in the app. Offer applies to select styles as indicated. Discount applied at checkout online.
Don't forget to subscribe to our newsletter, Hyphenly. It is our no-fluff love letter with hot takes, heartfelt stories, and all the feels of living in between cultures. Come for the nuance, stay for the vibes. Link is in the show notes. Hello, hello. Welcome back to Lovely. My name is Mehak. I'm your host, and happy Friday. Holy shit, it's hot today in Toronto, but I am so excited. I have been waiting for this moment. We only get like 3 months of good weather in Toronto. I love it. I'm here for it. And quick life update, I have not gone out on any dates, but that's also because I'm not on the apps right now. I have not interacted with anyone in person. Like, it just does not happen for me. I was having this conversation with my friends the other day because I was on my hot girl walk. I walk by this waterfront and there are so many hot men just like walking where I'm walking. I'm just like, man, like someone come and talk to me. But like, I'm also thinking like, I don't know what's preventing them from coming up to talk to me. So like, do I go talk to them? What do I say? Like, how creative do I need to be? So I was texting my friends and I'm like, hey, like I just saw this really hot guy. And what do I go up and say? How creative do I get? And one friend is like, oh, like you should say this, you should say that. And then my friend pops in, she goes like, are you okay? She's like, pardon? Just go up and say hi. That is it. Just be like, hey, what's up? What's your name? And I'm like, no, I'm nervous. I'm scared. Anyways, that's kind of why I brought my guest on the episode today. His name is Uzi, but he goes by Uzi Got the Sauce or Uzi Got Sauce. So we'll get into it. But he is funny, he's trouble, but he's also very honest. So Uzi, welcome to Lovely. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing so good. I just want to say fantastic job, Mehak. I mean, the podcast journey you've been on, I've watched the very first episode and to see you, absolutely thriving. It's a true honor to be here. Just hearing your intro, I feel like there's so much we have to talk about because what you were just saying about like how guys, like all these men, they're out there, they don't really approach girls in real life. Like it's unfortunate because like a lot of guys back in the day, I feel like in the 80s and 90s and 70s when there was no dating apps, they would have to like approach a girl.
Like that was part of life. You go up to someone, you say hi, hello, either it works out, great, you go on a date, or it doesn't work out and you get rejected, but that's a part of the process, right? Like I think dealing with rejection also allows you to be more confident, which is lacking right now. And that's why people lack the confidence to go up to someone. Do you go up to people and talk to them?
You know what's funny? I actually went up to 3 different girls today.
3 different girls today?
I went up to one girl. So me and my friend just out for a coffee. There's this girl that was walking across the street. I was sipping on my beautiful flat white, smoking a cigar as I usually do. Saw her. And in my mind, I'm like thinking, should I do it? And I feel like most guys, when they see a beautiful girl on the street, they definitely ask themselves, should I go talk to her? Should I go approach her? And then they talk themselves out of it.
Why does that happen, by the way?
In a nutshell, I feel like guys are like scared of rejection and they're scared of the way people would judge them or society would judge them.
Totally. Or the girl herself, like, oh my God, you're a creep, or like, don't talk to me.
100%. Yeah, 100%. And we've seen so many TikToks and Instagram reels where like guys are creepy, don't do this, don't do that. She's just out for a a cute little walk by herself. She's just, at the gym. Don't approach her at the gym, this and that. But it's so funny that you brought that up in the intro, because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, should I go up to this girl? I found her quite attractive, and I was like, I'm gonna bite the bullet. And I literally, she went like a block away to my friend. I was like, hold my cigar, and then I literally ran. The funny thing is, I ran out of breath when I got there, so I was like, wait, let me breathe, let me breathe real quick. Anyways, I was like, excuse me, sorry. I thought, I was just with my friend having a cafe there. I thought you're absolutely gorgeous, like the way you walked past me. And I just asked her for her name. I was just being completely genuine. There's no pickup line, no cheesy stuff. And we just had a little conversation. Unfortunately, she was seeing someone. She left with a beautiful smile. And what I say to the male listeners is, be yourself. Fuck everyone else. Don't hesitate. Just literally walk up to her, be yourself, be like, hi, my name is blah, blah, blah. And I saw you and you just took my breath away. You're lying, or or you're just absolutely gorgeous.
I always say, even you're saying, be yourself. If you're not funny, don't try to be funny. This brings me up to a really funny story, and it has to do with how we met. To set the scene for everyone, how Uzi and I met, I think it was last year. And my girlfriend, Sam, knew this other friend that was friends with Uzi. And it was a Saturday night. 2 different groups were merging together to have a wine night or go out, right? So Sam messaged me. She's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? I'm like, oh, nothing. She's like, do you want to come with me to meet my group of friends? And I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, yeah, it's my friend. And 2 or 3 of his friends are going to be there. Come with me. And then my other girlfriend's coming. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we all go to this friend's place. It was a wine night around the kitchen island. Uzi, as he said, 6'4", man is just hovering over. And then there's a few other people. Instantly, my first impression of you was I love whatever's wrong with you. Uzi's flirting with me, right? We're chatting, whatever. He's like, hey, what's your Instagram? He gives me his phone. So I'm putting my Instagram handle on his phone, and he gets a notification. And the notification says, I miss you so much. And I look at him, I'm like, this man has been flirting with me all night, and he's getting a text that some girl misses him. Can you be open and honest with me for a second? Did you leave the party to go fuck that girl that messaged you?
It was a different girl.
Do you go to therapy?
I used to go to therapy. I haven't gone to her again because I feel like we're not getting anywhere. And it was just she's always quiet and she smiles at me. No, I feel like there was some tension between us because she was quite young as well.
Oh my God, you cannot sleep with your therapist.
I would never. I didn't find her attractive. She's cute. Don't get me wrong. It's just, yeah. For me, therapy, I'd just go to my friends. I would just literally chat to my best friends and ask them about advice and if they ever experienced that. I feel like that's so much more powerful. If you could have a close knit group of friends that you can trust and rely on and be completely vulnerable, I think that's therapy for me for now.
This episode is brought to you by PetSmart. Stop by for Yappy Hour with your pet at PetSmart. Save $5 on walk-in grooming services like nail trims, ear cleaning, brushing, and more. No appointment needed every weekday from 2 to 6 p.m. And while you're there, Yappy Hour includes exclusive in-store deals, like 25% off pet toys. Visit services.petsmart.com/grooming to learn more.
You're Pakistani. We're good friends, but I don't know much about your origin story, your connection to immigrant identity. So kind of walk me through, and there's also an accent, right? So I want to hear all about it. Tell me.
Essentially, I was born in Saudi Arabia. My dad's Saudi. My mum's Pakistani, but she grew up in Saudi Arabia as well. So I don't know if she's quarter Saudi or not, but I've been to Pakistan. Obviously, I lived a few years in Saudi Arabia as well, but we would get sent off to Australia because education was a lot better, and for citizenship purposes as well. And yeah, I was just kind of living two different lives, honestly, like three different lives, because I'm trying to understand the Saudi culture, I'm trying to understand the Pakistani culture. I could speak, Urdu, Arabic a little bit, but not enough to carry conversation. But I understand the culture, I understand the people. And I feel like for me, I'm the problem child. Because like my parents, they want me to get into like an arranged marriage. They send me photos of random girls.
Have you ever been in love?
Have I been in love? Yeah, I've been in love a few times.
What does it mean to be in love for you?
That's a very deep question, I guess, but I'm trying to think.
Or how did you know you were in love?
I feel like for me, like knowing that you're in love, like being in love is like this feeling of, never being uncomfortable with that person, regardless of any situation, wherever you are, like this, it's just like this immense amount of comfort that you have with that person. And you also like get this tingly feeling behind your spine that whenever you see that person, it just feels like home and you just want to go up to her and cuddle her, kiss her on the cheek. Love for me is like, having, I don't know if this is traditional or not, but like just like the sense of responsibility that I need to be loyal, I need to protect her from any negativity or anything bad or evil, and ultimately like provide her like a nice life where she can be happy, like providing like my girlfriend or wife like happiness and true bliss. I feel like that's for me a big thing, but I feel like that's what love is, like when you have to do these things and it's just so natural, the chemistry, the connection. Obviously looks do matter, but it's so huge to have that natural chemistry, the ability to actually have banter back and forth. Because I've been in a few relationships where like everything's great. Physically, everything's great. Sex life is great, but it's just too dead quiet. It can get boring at times. It doesn't motivate you. And that's where you have to be honest with yourself, with your partner. And I feel like for me, one lesson I've learned from like dating overall, and also like having this responsibility of like not breaking anyone else's heart anymore, take dating slow. Like I feel like we live in a culture where everyone just gets cuffed up so quickly. When they start dating, it's fucking perfect. And like the first 3-4 weeks, it's going amazing. They cuff it off right away. Like, no, you're in lust. You're in the phase of lust.
Well, again, I feel like life doesn't give a shit about your plans, right? Like you can plan out this thing like, hey, like if I meet someone, I'm going to take her out and like date her for a little bit and then I'll ask her to be my girlfriend. But like in a perfect world, what feels right for you? Like how should it progress?
I feel like the worst thing you could do in dating is set expectations. And I know, you might have expectations, or a lot of people might have expectations, but when you set expectations, especially in the first 3 months, it makes sense if you've been dating like 2-3 months, and you're into it, dating, seeing each other a lot, then there has to be like, are we exclusive? Like, what are we doing? That makes sense. But in the beginning stages, not setting expectations, seeing how that chemistry flows, and just listen to your heart. Are you yourself around that person? Are you actually having fun, regardless of, they might have some pros, like, oh, she's really hot or he's really hot. He's got a lot of money, whatever. Like any trait, like if you can just take that away and be like, do I actually like this person for their soul, for their values, for the way they make me feel? And that answer gets answered months into like dating. Like it's as much as you think that you've got that feeling with a certain person that we just click instantly on a first date, second date. You really never know that person. There's so much to a human. Humans are such emotional creatures, and there's so much depth into them. And it's your job to figure out who they really are. And that it has to be natural.
I agree. And I think that's also where the different perspective, like where men and women kind of differ when how they approach dating. I'm not saying, I'm just speaking from my experience and my group of friends and what I've seen. It's not always the case, but majority of the times I see the stakes are a lot higher for women and they're a little bit more go with the flow for men, right? Now it could be for a variety of different reasons. Like for women, when you hook up with someone, it releases a lot of oxytocin in our body and we grasp onto that and we start feeling like heightened emotions and feelings for this person. So we start to higher the stakes. Or we could be at a certain point in our life where, for example, I'm 32. I've learned to lower the stakes in dating, but there was a previous version of myself where I'm like, oh, we've been on like 5-6 really good dates. We should have the exclusive talk. You know what I mean? And then not saying you need to ask me to be your girlfriend, but like things like that. I'm curious to know And you were also talking about, you have a great first date, you have a great second date. As a guy, how quickly do you go on this date? Because I've heard like within the first 30 seconds or 60 seconds, you meet someone on the date, you're like, okay, I'm going to have fun with you.
It does happen. Let's say you're on a first date, you meet this girl, you're like, oh my God, this is amazing. But again, that's just your first impression. So that first impression could last you like a week with like being really invested into it until you really figure out that this person's not the right person for me. It's difficult. I mean, it depends on what you're looking for. Are you looking for something a lot more long-term? And if you're looking for something more long-term, I guess you take things more slowly. You don't escalate into the bedroom as quickly. But yeah, I mean, I have had that feeling with several girls, like where I'm on a date and like, this is amazing. Like, this is going to go so well. And then you just like go on a second date, third date. And you're like, this is not exactly what I thought it'd be.
Where does that come from? Like, is it just you see some misalignment between personalities? Because here's my thing. I feel like a lot of people say like, I'm not ready for a relationship. Like, I'm not really looking for anything serious, but they act like a boyfriend. They want to do anything and everything that mimics being in a relationship, but not want the title of it so they can go out and see multiple other people.
What does that mean? Like, being a boyfriend, because I've actually, like when I was casually dating around, I would kind of treat them like a boy, like as if I was a boyfriend. But that's just kind of me being nice. Like, I just wanted to like make them dinner, take them out. But I never like said that I would be their boyfriend. But I feel like, what do you mean by that?
Well, I guess I'm asking you. So like when you're seeing someone, is there a mutual understanding that like I'm not your man, I'm dating other people, you should do the same, or you can do the same, or like, are they thinking that you are their man?
I think the natural consensus is that when you're dating, when you're single, and like you're just like out in the market, I feel like the consensus is that you are seeing other people. You have to assume it in that sense until you're exclusive. Yeah, the way I see it is like not setting expectations, actually going on minimum like 3, 4, 5 dates to really get a good feel of them. And another thing for me that kind of recently happened was like, I was seeing this girl and then the sex wasn't as good as I thought it would be. And then I'm like, I don't want to see her again. So like it's there's also that issue as well. Like, how do you ensure that there's physical compatibility?
Wait, what happened? What did you tell her?
I just told her that I think you're lovely. It's great getting to know you. I wish you all the best, but I'm just not in the right space to date. It was like 3 dates in, 2-3 dates in.
You said something about, you're a nice guy and like you were treating them like a boyfriend because that's just how you are. Like that's what romance is to you. Certain things, right? Like treat a woman with respect. And like when you're going over to someone's place or they're coming over, make sure you're feeding them. When you go on a date, you're paying for them, like things like that, right? But what is boyfriend behavior? And do you treat people differently at different stages of dating?
I want to be myself. Being a boyfriend, yes, you have like certain responsibilities, this and that, but ultimately just be yourself. From the very get-go, I'm always going to be a nice guy. I'm always going to be a kind guy. That's just my values. I try my best not to, I guess, like get too embarrassed of myself and just like literally let the true Uzi shine. But the one thing that I do have troubles with is I do have a type. And I feel like for me, in my mind, I'm like, the girls I actually want to get with, the girls, like the woman that I actually like fancy or want to date, I just feel like I have the self-limiting belief that I'm just not good enough. And then that's where I can get a bit shy and nervous. And that's something I want to work on. So that's why, like, for me, I've just taken a pause from dating because, like, I just want to work on myself. I want to get in the gym. Do you find guys that do treat you a bit more differently? Do you think like that you can feel the nerves when you go on dates, or how do you like bring them in more of an inviting experience?
I too have this belief that when I see a really attractive hot guy, I think maybe like growing up, it's one of like my, core wounds or something that it triggers that like maybe I'm just like not good enough. You're not going to find me attractive or you're not going to think whatever. It's never a problem about my personality. Looks wise, I'm like, oh, I could work out more. I could do this. And I feel like you have that too. Like personality is never an issue. So I think when I was dating in my 20s, I had this notion where I always had to be on, like I had to perform. I had to like think about what I was going to wear like from like 3 days before the date. I had to make sure my hair was perfectly curled. I had to make sure I was wearing heels on every date. I still wear heels on every date. But it was like this thing where I'm like, I want them to like me. And after a lot of self-reflection, a lot of therapy, a lot of self-concept, like building that, I leave the date asking, do I even like them? I know when I like them is like you said, you could be yourself around them. You feel more comfortable around them.
That's very interesting. Like just kind of training a train of thought. Like, do I actually like this person regardless of everything else? Regardless of the fantasy I project on them?
When you go on a date with a really attractive person or like someone that you like, or let's just say you're on a date. Are you looking at the girl and you're thinking like, oh my God, like she has a pimple on her face. I don't like her. Like, oh my God, like when she sits down, like maybe her like her stomach's popping out a little bit. Like, do you think like that about other people?
No, I mean like an attractive girl, like that's an attractive girl.
See, an attractive girl is not always physical. It's also about energy and aura. The point that I'm trying to make is no one is thinking about you as much as you're thinking about yourself. So when you're going on this date and you're like, I don't feel good enough, like this person's probably like thinking about all these things, but those are your insecurities and those are in your brain. So you almost have to like program your brain to be like, this person's not even noticing me like that.
If you're listening to this podcast and you're a guy and you don't have much experience chatting girls or like going up to girls, you need to start somewhere and expect rejection. If you expect rejection, it's not going to throw you off that much because your ego is already down. So if you're just able to like think of it as like a numbers game, you know, you're literally just going to talk to another human being, regardless of how attractive, you know, that person is. Just literally go up to him, chat to him, and like see how that goes, and you can always learn and improve. So everyone has to start somewhere. It's going to be a really shitty start. I've got pictures as well, like of me being a child. It's so outrageous because I used to be the most introverted, a super fat, shy, chubby, vapid kid that never spoken to a girl until the age of 18, 19. I literally was like, you know what, this needs to change. I'm not happy. This is not who I am. And I started like, you know, getting to sports because I used to be a massive gamer. So I got to sports, lost a lot of weight, got, you know, lean, athletic. And then just putting myself out there more, obviously, you know, a little bit of wine helps. Unfortunately, that definitely got me out of my social circle. I mean, just being in Australia, like it's just common, but just knowing that, holy shit, I can actually carry conversation. Holy shit, I just talked to a hot girl. Holy shit, I just took a hot girl on a date, you know, like, and you just like have these holy shit moments and then you just keep going up and up, right? And so you just got to like start somewhere.
There's a few things I want to comment on and unpack. You do have really solid friendships. One of my take is a lot of men that are more misogynist, they don't have connection in their life. And I don't smell misogyny from you at all. Like if anything, you speak very highly of women. And you also treat them really well, as you were saying, like you treat them like a boyfriend and stuff. And I think if you are wanting to help yourself in the dating space, make more connections. It doesn't always need to be the opposite sex or someone in a romantic aspect. Have more platonic friendships because I really think they build your sense of self, and community really helps you be less insecure and more secure. And I think insecurity is what shows a really nasty character, and that spills into your dating life. There's nothing more dangerous than an insecure man. I will tell you that, because whatever they don't have and you have, they'll take it from you. So if a person lacks confidence, and I've been on many dates with many unconfident men, they will try to humble me. I want to know like where this confidence comes from. Like you were an introverted kid. Is it kind of like fake it till you make it?
There's a certain aspect of fake it till you make it because you need to kind of believe a certain version of you that doesn't even exist yet, that you've not seen, but you need to believe it to actually execute on it in real life. There is that certain aspect of faking it till you make it. I was telling my friends like that never approach the girl in real life. Like go up to her and compliment her and leave. You don't have to ask her anything. There's no opportunity.
That's how you start.
Yeah, literally. There's no opportunity for them to even reject you. Just literally just If it's not a girl, like, just talk to another human being. It doesn't have to be romantic. Hey, let's have a small talk like, oh, where'd you buy those flowers from? Or where'd you, get that coffee? Where's the best coffee? Get yourself in that social flow and having that experience of like just having natural small talk conversations with random strangers. And then you can progress into people that you actually fancy. I saw this really cute girl and I was just like, hi, I don't want anything from you, but I just want to say absolutely gorgeous. Hope you have a great day. And you know what's crazy? Like when I say compliments like this, they light up.
What's going through a man's head as a girl is coming up to him and talking to him? Is he thinking like she's being desperate, or
no,
why is she approaching me? Like that's my job.
Yeah,
like
that's a very good question, because I know a lot of friends that girls approach them, they kind of like get scared and like, wait, I actually enjoy the chase, this and that. I've never been that type of guy. Like I've got so much praise and like I speak really highly of girls. I can actually just do that and like go up to a guy that they fancy and start the conversation. Yeah, in my mind, I'd be like, yeah, it's just a nice conversation. Like, I love meeting new people. That's just my personality. But yeah, it's just like seeing like where you take the conversation. Because like when you open up a conversation and start the conversation, you also have to like towards the end make it clear like, wait, look, you're actually pretty cool. I actually think you're attractive. Let's go out for coffee or a drink.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
You're on mute.
Workday starting to sound the same?
I think you're on mute.
Find something that sounds better for your career on LinkedIn. With LinkedIn Job Collections, you can browse curated collections by relevant industries and benefits, like flex PTO or hybrid workplaces, so you can find the right job for you. Get started at linkedin.com/jobs. Finding where you fit. LinkedIn knows how.
I think I read a statistic that it takes 29 signals from a woman to a guy for him to actually process in his brain that she's interested and I should go up and talk to her. And when I heard that stat, I was like, that's insane, because when I just like maybe think that I'm looking at a guy twice, like, whoa, that's even too much and he should know and he should come up to me. But I think that also comes from the experiences that you go through and the perceptions that you have of how you've been treated. You think the next person is going to treat you. The reason why hot girls think that men are always like up to no good, or they're being sneaky or whatever, and everyone labels these women as crazy, that's not the reality. But because the reality is they are so attractive, they've seen men behave very sneakily. Like men could be in full on, again, I'm just saying what I've heard. Like you meet someone in the office, that man is married, but he's still flirting with you. So then your perception is that married men are still flirting with other women. So when I get married, my man's going to be doing that, right? And I think that's such a valid point, that like your perception does sometimes create your reality.
If a married man's doing that in the office, that shows more about his values rather than the entire race of the man. Like, unfortunately, we do live in a bit of a fucked up world. But if you can expose yourself to like certain realities, like, yes, there is bad, there's negative, but there's also good and positive out there. And that's why I bring it back to like, take your time with dating.
Yeah.
Don't rush anything until you really know their true colors and like you really see them for who they are. And then you'll be able to actually understand that and judge that person's character and values. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. Like all of those things are true and it happens. But another thing you also have to consider is that from a study that's been done recently, like all of the top, it's the top 1% of men, like whether it's based on looks, attractiveness, money or whatever, like they date 90% of the women. So they have got all the options. A lot of these guys, it can feed into the ego and be like, look, I've got so many options. Like, I might as well just date multiple of them. Mm-hmm. And that shows their insecurity because they're like, yeah, I just need to get with as many people as I can and cheat. And then that just shows like their character and who they really are. Whereas there's obviously certain guys, maybe top 50%, or like they don't even have to be a top 50%, like whatever they are. And if you find them, you know, attractive enough and you like them for their personality, that they wouldn't do that to you. You know, they respect you, and it only comes with time.
You know, I feel like you're saying all the right things, and I think we've gone deeper into the conversation, but like, I still don't know what makes you tick. Like, I don't know. What are you most scared of when you do find yourself really enjoying your time with a person? Like, do you think you're emotionally available? I guess, like, what are you most scared of in dating or being in love?
I feel like for me, I'm most scared of like committing to a person that I will not marry, or like I don't see as a life partner. And I usually make that decision like a year into dating, or like 6 months typically from my past history. But the last thing I want to do is like hurt someone's heart, or like, you know, lead them on too much, or like waste their time. That's the last thing I want to do. And I always see the best in everyone, and I always try to make it work. I don't believe that like the grass is greener on the other side. The grass is always greener where you feed it. But if it keeps failing, doesn't work, and if it's not a collaborative partnership, whatever.
So what are you looking for now in dating?
My goal is it's all about me. Like actually, you know, find the best career for me. Like I want to work on the house I just bought, and, you know, make sure it's a good property, investment property. And I want to like focus on my fitness. I'm still young. Like I'm 26.
You are.
I want to like achieve greatness in myself and like feel like, yeah, like I lost 30 pounds and I'm lean, I'm strong. I'm playing really well in tennis and squash. I'm doing really well in kickboxing or boxing, and because those are the things I do, and I just want to like excel in that while I'm young. And dating is great, you know, it's fantastic, but I feel like right now I just don't have time. I literally don't have time at all. I mean, yeah, there's like 1 or 2 girls I'm kind of talking to right now, but like I'm taking it very slow with them. Like I'm taking it super slow with them.
Do you and maybe people in your circle who are men feel like they have to have their life together before they can fully like commit to someone?
That's a very good question. I feel like some guys would feel that pressure to have everything together just because they feel like they would attract the right woman. And I used to think like that as well.
Do you believe that too?
To a certain degree, yes.
Yeah.
Like obviously I want to ensure that I have a stable career, like a stable, you know, life for me where I can actually take care of myself and do well and then provide for someone else. Of course, yeah. You want to have that, I guess, in order, especially if you're looking for something more serious. The question is like, you know, it's just everything needs to be perfect. And that's absolutely not. Like everything does not need to be perfect. Matter of fact, like I know so many people that get into the best relationships, find the right partners, and they grow so much further than their potential. And they get so much more uplift. And I feel like that's the main thing I'm looking for in my next, I guess, partner. Like, are we going to be able to like click? Not only are we having good banter and fun and like having, you know, great time and great sex, obviously, but like, are we motivating each other? Are we, you know, helping each other like achieve their goals? And that's what I'm actually like really into now.
Yeah. And I think that's a very good perspective. I also think it's, you don't have to settle, but you have to be realistic that your partner's not going to have every single thing on your checklist. And I'm not saying you're hoping for that. Just like your partner's not going to have every single thing on your checklist, you're not going to have everything on their checklist. And I also think that there is intimacy in handling the disappointment of your partner not being able to give you everything. Like that brings you closer too. I think a lot of people get so caught up that like, I have to be perfect for the next person, but it's like, think about it. The other person's not going to be perfect for you, and you love them so much because there's beauty in imperfection, right? Okay, we're going to do a quick little rapid fire before we wrap up.
Very cool.
Do you believe in soulmates? Yes or no?
Yes.
Would you be with someone that made more than you or was more successful than you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, the more the merrier.
Okay, another question that I have is Let's say you're like dating someone, you're in a relationship with them. Do you think you should be liking other women's pictures on Instagram?
Yeah, I mean, like, if it's a nice photo, why wouldn't I like that? Yeah. I mean, is it like a friend or is it like a random girl?
Okay, let's say you have a girlfriend and I posted a bikini pic.
I'm liking yours. I'm liking it right away. I'm commenting on that motherfucker as well.
And what if your girlfriend came to you and was like, I didn't like that? What would you do?
I'd be like, look, Mehak and I have a very friendly relationship. Yeah, it's a bit of banter with flirtation.
I mean, you said a lot of great things on this episode that I think a lot of people can take away and implement in their own life. But is there something you want to leave with them?
If there's one thing I can leave you with is like, we're all in this world for a small amount of time. So might as well enjoy being who you are, show some gratitude, embrace yourself. Obviously, have goals and plans to like better yourself in life and move up in whatever you want to move up into. But know that like nothing's too deep. Don't let fear get in your way. And I've done that to myself a lot of times. I still do it to this day. And I'm still trying to work on that. But the world is your oyster and like you just gotta really push out that self-limiting belief. And I need to do the same so we can all be on this journey together.
To anyone listening, if you want to keep up with Uzi, like he said, Uzi Got Sauce on Instagram. And, if you think you enjoyed it, send this episode to your group chat, send it to your friend or your situationship, or just keep it saved as a reminder when you need a little bit of a boost to be confident or you need a boost to go up and talk to someone. Literally, like, just do it.
That's pretty good, eh?
Thanks so much, everyone, for listening. As always, hope you have a beautiful Friday and an amazing weekend. And I will see you all next week. Lovely is an Immigrantly media production. This episode was produced by Sadia Khan and Shay Yu, written by me, Mehak. Theme music, sound design, and editing by Lou Raskin. Other music is by Epidemic Sound. Tune in every Friday for more Lovely.